We are live. We are live. Welcome, family. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Cliffnotes from me, myself, Jonah, and Pat. We've been doing this for a little while now. We've been really deep, intensively researching what's going on in the crypto world. And kind of giving it back to you guys because we're gonna help you guys get in position for this huge bull run that's about to happen. We have some great news today. We actually have some exciting news at the end. So if you guys stay tuned towards the end, you're actually gonna be able to see what it is. If you guys pay attention to the title of this video, you guys are gonna see some amazing things about to happen, about to go down. We would love your opinion on it as well. Whether you think Amazon is gonna, get into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, we would love your thoughts. We would love your comments. So if you are on here, go ahead and smash that like button, or whenever you see this video, smash that like button, subscribe. Right now we have a giveaway going on currently. 200 subscribers on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, right now we're sitting at about 135. So we're only about 65 people away, family. If you every single one of you that watches these videos, we're getting about 40 to 50 views a video, if not more. Go ahead and share this out with two other people. If we can get this thing to 200, right? 200 subscribers on YouTube, 200 followers on Instagram. I think we're about 50 or 60 people right there. So we're about 150 people away, and then Telegram. We're honestly very close with Telegram. I'm not gonna lie. Right now we're sitting at about 164. So we're only about 25 or 35 people away from that 200 mark. And once that mark is hit, we're gonna be doing a random draw, and whoever wins gets a Ledger Nano S. Basically, what that is a cold storage where you can take your assets and store your assets, your cryptocurrencies, on this ledger, and no one can even access it. No exchange, right? Of course you're going to send it from an exchange to your wallet, which of course if you win, you'll actually be getting it directly from the website. We do not promote getting it from secondary sources, so this ledger will actually come directly from the website ledger.com. All right. So with that understanding, guys, we got some really great things. We're going to go over some overview of the market, how amazing it's looking. We're looking green this week, which is amazing. Ever since Friday, even on a Friday, we were seeing greens. It wasn't that much, but now, we're starting to move. And I actually, point out some things that I called in my last stream that we were looking for that actually occurred. It's looking good, guys. And then, of course, we're going to go into some news. We're going to go into some things with Ripple, our XRP. They got some really big things happening, and then we're going to be going into our big news article. The question of the day is Amazon going to be joining with cryptocurrency. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to pass this over to Greatest. I'm going to pass this over to Pat. He's going to come up on here, talk to you guys about what's going on in the market a little bit, and then he's going to pass it back to me. I can do some analysis, and we'll go from there. Go ahead and take it over, Pat.
Up, everyone. So, like Jonas said, we are actually seeing some green, which actually from Monday we know is it's a trending thing. We have been seeing some green, light green on Mondays, but very light. It's usually 1, 2, 3%. You will get your tokens that hit them spikes, but this time the entire market spiked. Now, I don't know if it's also because, like we said, they got all that big news that's been coming out. There's lots of big news, but like we said, we've been giving you this big news every day for the past month. So it's only a matter of time. The cool thing, like I was, me and Jonah were talking a while earlier, and like I was explaining to him, it's cool, like just to see, like, yeah, the market went down real fast, and we might not be hitting that bull run quite yet. It still might hit that sideways trend for a little bit, but it's pretty cool to be able to see how Bitcoin was just sitting at 30, and people were talking about it dipping below 30, and it did touch a little below 30. And today we touched over 40. Now we're sitting at a little over 37. But I mean, that was kind of expected. Anybody that got in at a decent entry point, they probably were selling, taking some profits at 40. I mean, I kind of figured that. I didn't think it was going to just keep shooting. I do think this week's going to be pretty good. I still think we will be sideways for a little bit. But this also is going to show you, like I was just saying to Jonah before. So one cool thing when this happens. So if we do get a market that will drop a little bit, say we do go back down, we're sitting at what? 1.48, let's say 1.5 trillion right now. If we go back down to that 1.2, 1.3 mark, that's when you want to double check on these tokens and see which ones you'll be able to see which one just hit these big spikes, because some of them only hit, you know what I mean, over the 7 days, only a 5% increase. Whereas like Bitcoin, one of the biggest or the biggest, hit over a 20% increase. So the next thing you'll want to see is when the market drops, is it going to drop by that 20 or is it going to take some of that back? Because it did gain some dominance. We're sitting at 47.5 today. Last time we checked, we were at, I think, 40, just under 46. Bitcoin steadily climbing. And that's what we like to see, because like we said, that's going to end up taking off first. Then the rest will go. I mean, look at Ethereum. Anybody that bought in Ethereum at 1,800, you're already up 450 in a matter of days. Like the market is looking good right now. But this is also one of them times, like you're seeing all this big green right away. Don't now's not the time you get the FOMO and start worrying about missing out and dumping all your money. Like this is where, like actually Jonah brought it up last week, just like cost averaging. If you're going to rather than dump it all at once, just play it out a little bit. If you're going to buy every day this week, buy at the same time every day this week. If you're going to buy every once a week for the month, buy at the same time, split that up, get that cost average, ride it in between, unless you know it's going to shoot. You know what I mean? Like if everything day after day is going, then you might want to get into it. But if you've been sticking with us for a while, you should already have some decent stacks. I know some of the tokens that I'll actually go over, some of like my watch list ones, because they're the ones that we've been going over that are real cheap still. And then, like I said, we got some good news, talk a little bit about Amazon. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with that. And then we can show you, I think we have one token. We got a couple of things we're going to go over. And then this week, the whole reason we're going to even shorten this video up, it's not going to go as long, because we actually have already like everything set. We're going to start pumping out more, like try to almost every other day, if not daily, like quicker videos to certain tokens, the way the market's flowing, and just quicker news. That way we're getting it out a little bit faster. So the lives, unless we get like a lot more requests and stuff, we'll probably keep them somewhere, try to keep them between that 30, 45 minute mark. And then from there, like I said, we're just going to keep pumping out videos for you guys, all different content. Let me take it back. I'll give it back to Jonah. Let him go over basically the market, just showing you guys some stuff right now, the charts. And then, like I said, we'll get right into some news. So back to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Pat. And, if you guys go ahead, right, we got 5 people on here. Go ahead and smash that like button, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But we have some really good news that is really piquing my interest to continue this market up. But let's get into some technicals real quick. We'll go into some technicals real quick. Like he said, the market right now is sitting at about 1.46 trillion. Pretty good solid mark. It has been between that 1.2 and 1.6 for a little bit. But to see that be back up, I mean, as you guys can see, everything is pretty much green today. I mean, Chainlink, one that we've talked about, is 10%. Polygon, Matic, we talked about that. That today is almost about 12% today. Litecoin, 5%. Binance Coin, just about 1%. I mean, these are all green. I mean, Bitcoin today, 7%. I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot, but I want you guys to think about this. Bitcoin going up 7%, that's a good bit, especially in a day. You know what I mean? Like slowly. I mean, just this week, the last 7 days, it's up 21%. Ethereum up 23%. I mean, that's solid. Like, that's solid growth right there. And like he said, today was the day that it cracked over 40, right? What did we talk about last week? If you guys were on the stream, right, I said this exact thing, right? I said this exact thing. It was last week or it was Monday. I think it was last week, last Friday. I said if we see this, right? If we see this crack below 28,000, we will see a 24 to a $20,000 Bitcoin. I said I personally do not see that. I said I personally see a 80K to 100K Bitcoin before we see 20, in my opinion, right? Again, we're not financial advisors, but what it do? Came down to 20, I think it was 29.9, shot straight up, right? Shot straight up within the last week. It's all the way. It cracked up 40,000. I think it was like 40,003, 400, something like that, right around there, right? What did I say? I said once it cracks past 33, because we've already been to that 33 mark. I said we're going to 36. After 36, we're going to 40. I said that exact thing. If you don't believe me, go watch our last live stream, family. Right? Go watch our last live stream. I said the exact thing. I said if we pass 36, we're going to 40. If we break 40, we're going back to 50. We break 50, we're back in our bull run. Right? I believe we're still back in our bull run. I think, this level of support is very, very strong. We had a bunch of institutions coming in. We had some really good news. I won't say it's 100% accurate, but we're going to be going into some technicals, or we're going to be going into some fundamentals and kind of what our opinion is on the Amazon news here shortly. But, same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum's been pumping, playing that level of support right around 1,700 and found a nice little resistance level at 2400. Right? I think it cracked over 20, almost 24 today. Right? Our next level that we're looking for, if it cracks past this 2400 level, we're looking for Ethereum to crack up around 28. That's my levels. That's my levels that I'm looking for. So, just some levels to pay attention to. We could see a nice retracement, but I don't think we're going below 1700 again. I personally don't. But with this understanding, we have some really good news backing behind everything that we're talking about right now. First things first, I want to go ahead and if you guys use Twitter, right? If you guys use Twitter, you guys know this name, Jack Dorsey. He was actually, if I'm not mistaken, he was on the B show, right? Or the B word conference. Yep. But he's talking about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin as a big part of Twitter's future as a global currency. You guys heard Facebook. You've heard Instagram looking into NFTs, right? Who do you think's next? Twitter. Right? So just pay attention. Your social media platforms, if you're not invested in the cryptocurrency, they're going to get in front of you before you even hear about NFTs, right? So if you don't know what NFTs are, go check out our last stream or go check out our old videos. We actually have videos on what an NFT is and kind of, the NFTs that are out there that you could personally invest in. But this is an article just talking about how he believes that cryptocurrency is going to be a big future for the internet, for Twitter especially. We know Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are the 3 largest platforms out there for social media, right? All right, so that was that, right? That was the very first article that I found today or the last couple days. Boom, Jeff Bezos. Everyone knows Jeff Bezos, multi-billionaire, right? Billionaire. Jeff Bezos directs Amazon to accept Bitcoin and other popular cryptocurrencies. So this kind of goes along with what we're going to be talking about in a little bit. This gives you a little sneak peek. But with that understanding, Jeff Bezos, billionaire, kind of like influencing and wanting Amazon to do this because this could set up, very, very large future for Amazon. Even how big it is, we already know how big it is. If Amazon does something like that, 100K ain't nothing for Bitcoin. I'm gonna just say that. Next, let's see here. Boom, ATMs, right? If you know or you go to your local grocery store, you go to your local gas station, I'm sure you're gonna see a Bitcoin machine. All right, you're gonna see a Bitcoin ATM somewhere in your local area, right? Number of cryptocurrency ATM locations soars past 24,000 worldwide. So right now there's over 24,000 ATMs. There's like the ATMs they put in 7-Elevens, they're now Bitcoin, right? If you go to your grocery store, if you guys remember the little coins, right? You guys put the coins, you can get cash, right? You can now take coins and make it into Bitcoin, right? So it's just pay attention, guys. Just pay attention to your surroundings. Success leaves clues, right? Success leaves clues. Out of the 75 countries with crypto ATMs, over 75 countries, family, the U.S. tops the list with the most locations, right? So the U.S. is the most, even though it's not even a legal tender here, right? So it's kind of just giving you guys clues that it's going to be a legal tender here very soon. And the last one, if I can find it, not that. Here we go, right here. So Goldman Sachs, right? Big bank, big institution, right? I don't know if you guys bank with them, but Goldman Sachs applies for DeFi ETF. DeFi, we've talked about DeFi ETFs, more so have to do with stocks, but now it's coming into the crypto world. So just pay attention. We've talked about it many times before. There's so many different, in banks and institutions out here looking to get into cryptocurrency, any shape or form. And if they can, go about it the safer way with ETFs, or maybe whatever it is, maybe the going with what is it? Who is Grayscale, right? Grayscale. If they go with Grayscale, you know what I mean? Like they're the biggest investing crypto business out there. You know what I mean? Like billions and billions of dollars. So with that understanding, guys, I just want you guys to kind of look at the overview of what's going on in the crypto market right now. That's just a couple of the things that I have. I'm not sure if Pat had anything to add onto it, but what I can do is I can go ahead and bring this back to Pat. Go ahead and switch over to our screen to show you guys, give you guys Pat back. But if you guys are liking so far what you guys are hearing, what you guys are seeing, again, go ahead and smash that like button. We would love for you guys to communicate with us, ask questions. If you're confused about something, you don't like something, if you don't even like this stream, go ahead and hit that unlike button. Go ahead and hit one of those buttons. Let's boost this algorithm out there so we can go ahead and share this value out with other people, because this is information that's not gonna be everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, we're giving you guys deep intensive information that we're getting, and we're actually taking the time out of our day to find for you guys, because it's huge. We want to put you guys in position, and you guys have got to understand the fundamentals, right? That's kind of what Pat really taught me is, you can know all the technical analysis, but if you formulate around the fundamentals and the long-term mindset of, okay, in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm stacking up these coins, Bitcoin at 200, 500 million. You know what I mean? Like, we're looking long term. We're not looking, back up to 60K. That's slight. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to happen regardless. But we're thinking long term. We're thinking fundamentally. And, of course, I'm more so of a technical guy. So I like to look at the technicals behind the fundamentals. If it lines up, perfect. Right? But I'm going to go ahead and pat this back to Pat. I'm not sure what he wanted to go into next. I know he had something special for you guys with XRP. For my XRP fans out there, definitely pay attention. There's some really big news going on. I didn't even know that he actually called me today, and he was like, look, this, and this. I was like, really? You know what I mean? We heard about the Flare airdrop. Something else, too. So go ahead and take it over, Pat. Tell them what we got going on.
What's up? So just real quick, let them realize also, while just waiting with this is a whole game. You got to hold these two. So right now, Ethereum is sitting at $2,254, right? So what was it? A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, they were at, you could have bought them at a good price. They hit about $100 a piece. So right there already is great, right? Now let's rewind all the way back to 2014. In 2014, you could buy Ethereum for 0.005, a half of a penny. All right, so $10 would have gotten you 2,000 Ethereum. That's the value of holding on to these things. A $10 investment, you would have had 2,000 Ethereums that are sitting at $2,200 a piece right now. It's big money.
Hold up. I think
but
they
it
missed
takes
that.
a little bit of time. We are so early in this game. That's why I keep reiterating.
Hold up real quick. Hold up real quick. I think you need to say that one more time, because I don't think they understood that one. I think you need to repeat that one more time for them.
That's crazy money. A half of a penny to $2,200 from 2014 to we're only in 2021, and we're only just getting halfway through it. So yeah, it was 7 years. If I told you right now, you can pick any of these coins that are half of a penny, or even if they were $1 and they were going to be $2,000 in 7 years, I'm pretty sure you would hold on to them. Well, that's kind of what we're getting at. You have to take them profits as part of the game. You want to end up at least getting the money you put in back out of it, no question. But definitely try to hold on to some stuff. And the beauty of it now is you can stake. Like I was just telling them, I got into even some more staking today with some tokens. that way, because I know I'm not planning on like my Cardano, and I'm not going to sell that stuff. So let it just sit and just accumulate, get free stuff every day, get paid out, free tokens. All right, so let me share my screen real quick. All right, so what I wanted to pull up was, so I talked about last week about XRP, and we were talking about their airdrop. And anybody that had their tokens back when they did their timestamp in December was going to get an equal number of from the Flare network. So you were going to get an entire airdrop because it was an even number. So there was a 100 billion Ripple. So on that airdrop, you were getting an even number. So then we just found out today. So off of the Flare, they're going to run a canary network, which is basically like a test network. Same thing as with Polkadot, how they run Kusama. This is going to be that style, that version for XRP. So it'll be like a test network before they put it on the actual network. So what they're going to do, though, it's going to end up being the exact same time. So you had to have these back in December. But if you had Ripple back in December and they were in your wallet when they took that screenshot, basically this one, they're cutting the total supply down to 15 billion, where Ripple has 100 billion. So for every Ripple that you had, you're going to get 0.15 of these Songbird tokens. And their call is going to be SGB. They're not even out yet. There's another token you might want to look at when they come out, though. These are super early. And if you like Ripple, might as well get all this other stuff that's rolling with it. Same as like Polkadot. Kusama is a big project that keeps going up with on Polkadot's end. This is the same concept. So this is another token that we're gonna, once there's more info out on it, we'll make another. There's another one we'll make like a quick video on. But there's not a lot of it. But I just wanted to let anyone know that if you did have XRP back in December, I think it was the 12th or the 15th, when they did that screenshot of the wallets. So even if you sold them since then, as long as you had them in on the day when they did a screenshot, you are going to be part of this airdrop as well. So from that, holding on to that one token, you end up now you're getting free 2 different tokens. Like that's also the value into holding, because anytime these things fork, do anything like that, it's not a guarantee, but a lot of times they give these airdrops out. You just get free stuff. It is free money. So that is a nice thing. And I mean, depending on when they give it out, if they give it out in the middle of a bull market, it's golden. I mean, like I said, that's what they did with Bitcoin Cash. Anybody that had Bitcoin got Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash went all the way up to $4,000. Imagine getting your tokens you got for free are $4,000 a piece. Like that's a nice and easy way to take some profits. But I definitely wanted to let you know about that. This, as you can see, they're already up. I pulled this up on a Twitter page. And they're running it right with the Flare network. Like it's already being discussed. This is happening. So, and Ripple just came out with there was some big news there happening with Ripple. Everybody's price predictions are going way high. I mean, I've heard as high as over $20 by the end of next year. You can buy XRP right now for 65 cents. They're saying by the end of next year, $22. It's another one you might want to get into. We've been looking at that for a while. Like we said, that it just goes back to its regular price. That's going to be in the high $3, $3.50, $3.75.
Hey man, real quick. Hey, we've been talking about XRP. If you personally know me, y'all know I love XRP, right? If y'all, hey, all I'm gonna say is get your XRP, but we're not financial advisors.
Yeah, XRPs. I've been getting that for a while. That was when we were in early, expecting it to do huge things, and it did big things. Like I said, when we were buying those things like well under $1, they were like a quarter, jumped up to $1. People were still buying them. They jumped up to almost $4. Then the SEC got involved, and they went right back down. So that's what we're fighting with now, but it's looking very good for them. So this is still a good time to stack. I mean, all the way up, like I said, even at $1, I was still stacking them last time. So now's not a bad time to accumulate them. All right, so that's going to be it for that airdrop. Do you have any more news you have, Jeremy, that you want to go over, or should we just go pretty much into the Amazon stuff?
Let's just go ahead right into the Amazon, man. I mean, you got your screen up. We can go ahead and kind of go back and forth with this. But yeah, go ahead and pull up what you had for Amazon if you had the article. But yeah, we can just go straight into it because I don't really have any more. I don't have anything else. I mean, that's right there. That you guys already know I love XRP, right? So
So a
if
couple
you
of tokens in the past 24 hours really have jumped, especially because let me just go to this screen. So I'm going to take you right to the main screen on CoinMarketCap. So the talk that could have drove a little bit of this up is Amazon getting involved in crypto. So like earlier the reports, I mean, all the big YouTubers were coming out with videos of unconfirmed reports. And then later on today, now Amazon's supposedly like denying it. So inside sources supposedly leaked it. Now they're supposedly denying it. Every token that they talked about. So it's basically having Amazon accept cryptos, Bitcoin, and so forth. And what's going on is obviously they're going to deny this stuff because, like we said, they're going to keep these prices as low as they can so they can get some stacks and stuff. But like we said in the earlier videos, as these countries are starting to make Bitcoin in them a legal tender, I don't know how Amazon and companies that work globally are going to be able to not accept Bitcoin. So like if the United States makes US a legal tender and you're on Amazon, I don't see them ever trying to turn down money. So if I want to pay with Bitcoin, I think they're going to accept it. So like they might be saying they're not going to, but the fact that there's already countries trying to turn this into legal tender, they're not going to miss out on money. That's not what they're here for. They're here to make money. So I think that's just like a smoke screen. And the things that they're calling out now, though, are the actual tokens that Amazon will be using to basically run the platforms. So like we had word last week, we brought up in the news that Amazon might be coming up with their own tokens, their own currency, which down the road, I could see all different companies doing that. That just kind of makes sense. But for them to completely say they're not getting into it, I don't see that happening. So there was a couple tokens. So one of them was, let's see.
one was AMP, right?
AMP was one. So as you can see with AMP, let me go to a 7-day chart. In the past day, it went from what? 4 cents. So earlier today, we hit over 9 cents, which is a big spike. Today, it definitely had a big spike. Look, trading volume, it's over 200% trading volume overnight. This was one that they were talking about Amazon using. So there's no like confirmations on this. I haven't seen other than their inside source saying this. But I haven't found any like actual paperwork going back and forth. On some of these other ones I have. So AMP was one. What was the other one? This one I actually have found some stuff. So Quant was another one.
What is that crypto? Like, what is it? What is it used for? I've never heard of that personally.
Quant, let's see. Connecting blockchains and networks on a global scale. So basically here it's like an overledger. It's to bridge a gap that exists between the different blockchains. So I guess like just for like speed, that way Quant Bills is the ecosystem in which the future digital economy ecosystem will be built. So it's basically going to be an entire network of just like, I guess, bringing all the different blockchain payments together. But this thing has jumped. This was a big, I mean, this one has, where's this at? 90. So it's went up a little bit this week, not too much. It's went up what, like 20%, something like that. But Quant, this is another one, like they're saying they have nothing to do with them. But then like you can pull up, I pulled up this article. I'm just going to jump like right to it. Like, and this is right on Quant's website. I went to their partners, and right when you go into their partners, you scroll down. I mean, they're all big names too, Oracle, but there's Amazon. I don't think Amazon would allow them to have this on their webpage if this was fake. And I mean, this just shows you right here. This partnership puts Quant closer to achieving our permission. So you know what I mean? Like Amazon's not going to allow a company to use their name to promote themselves. You know what I mean? And this, I think right here is proof that they're already getting involved. And the other one, the other token, it was, what was it? Do you remember what the third one was, Jonah?
I personally don't. All I know.
Let me see. I got it written down. It was Algo.
Algo, okay, Algorand. Yeah, I know. That's another one that's been talked about a lot recently that I've heard. Algorand, Algo, ALGO.
And that's another one. Look, 40% volume jump. But this one, as you can see, has been up and down. But spikes are going to happen, especially when you have big names, like you said, like the Amazon thing. Next thing you know, well, one way to find out is see whoever like supposedly leaked that information if they still have a job this week. If they got fired, you know they leaked something that was legit. Let's see, Algorand became a mainnet live. It was able to handle 1 million transactions per day. Yeah, so let's see, a wide range of applications. These are like big projects, like I said, and you can just see, like, obviously the market was green, so the stuff was going to grow naturally anyway, with the rest of the market. But these were some of the biggest spikes. And then the other really big spike this week, which we didn't touch, but we actually just talked about on our last show. So I do want to bring that up. The biggest one was Axie Infinity, and that was based on the NFTs, like we were talking about just on our last show about NFTs. 7-day, 136% gains. Like,
sheesh.
That's big money. That's big money.
Now,
And then here's just an article.
I just want to add something real quick to like what they're saying about, denying Bitcoin and everything like that, because I read an article, I think it was on coindesk.com. They were talking about how they're not officially getting into crypto, but they're looking into it. So I wouldn't say that they're not interested in it, because that was the main headline of Amazon, or talking about Amazon and crypto, was they're interested. Not saying that we're going to, and they just said that they're not going to right now. So that doesn't mean in the future. I mean, he just showed you one that I'd never heard of Quant personally. They already have partnerships with Amazon, and if that's being leaked, someone just leaked it, insider information, and that wasn't supposed to be leaked out. So we're just getting clues. Like I said, I say it all the time. Success leaves clues. So it's just something to look forward to. Observe the masses do the opposite. While everyone hears, "Oh my gosh, Amazon's not doing it," they probably are. They're just not telling you that they're getting in position to buy so much Bitcoin, because they don't want you to buy that Bitcoin, because it takes away from how much they can have. And that's just something to think about, though.
Yeah, and I mean, just like the last bit of this article, while Amazon has apparently denied reports from the City AM Insider, the company's new job listing shows that it does have some level of interest in cryptocurrency and blockchain. Like, they just put out a job right here. It published a new job listing digital currency and blockchain product leads that would own the vision and strategy for Amazon's digital currency and blockchain strategy and product roadmap. So, I mean, why are you going to hire somebody to do all this if you're not getting involved in it? And like you said, we already got some proof that they're already working with certain cryptos. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Like I said, we're not financial advisors, but I can read in between the lines. And on some of the stuff, you just got to read what's on the lines. I mean, it's there. Like I said, that's twice in 1 week Amazon's been brought up. So that kind of stuff don't just keep popping off. So do what they do. They're getting Bitcoin. They're getting Ethereum. Follow them. They know what they're doing. That's why they're the biggest in the world. Get in on this, like we've been telling you. Plenty of money, plenty of time to still happen. Just be patient. Just think of 2014. Half of a penny for Ethereum. Go back to 2010. 50 cents for a Bitcoin. 50 cents for a Bitcoin. Think about that. It was already 60,000. That's a great return. But that's pretty much all I have. Do you have anything else for him, Jonah?
No, that's it for me, man. I say we end it right there. We just gave them and ended it with the sauce. If you guys have any questions, whether you see this video or after the video, after we end this, just let us know. Let us know what you guys think, what you guys believe is going to happen with Amazon. Whether you think it's going to happen, whether you don't think it's going to happen. Maybe some cryptos we can look into. And I'll say it again, guys. We want to get other people on here too. We want to see what you guys think. We want to see if you guys have any questions, so we can engage with the audience. We want to see where your guys' head is with cryptocurrency. We want to help you, like I said, put you guys in position. But we want to see in all standpoints. We want to see from different point of views out here. So if you guys have anything, hit us up in the DMs or the comments. Subscribe, like, and again, check the details, check the description for the giveaway if you do want to participate. But other than that, guys, that is another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in or for when you see this video. That is it. I'll see you guys at the top with all the Bitcoin, with all the Ethereum, with all the XRP. Stay tuned. We'll be back here on Friday.